I think I also want to say thanks for sharing.
I recognize your voice.
Yeah, I was very, I guess, vocal with that first. So,
If there's nothing good to share, I don't want.
Yeah, with start doing the treatment. I came in fight or flight, and then kind of dissociated, numb, just like in your PowerPoint. And I do appreciate what you showed about how the days go and the percentage. It's extremely helpful. That first day, I mean, within like 15, 30 minutes, I felt a sort of peace, happiness, hope, faith. Like I just felt, I was like, if this is how normal people feel, I've been missing out so much because I obviously I haven't been well for a long time. And the next few days still felt very good. Obviously, it's right now it's up and down, but I have the ability to be social now, whereas before it was very forced and I couldn't do it. So I just stayed in my apartment with my dog. And exactly what you're saying, like I have random people saying, well, you have this sparkle in your eye. And I think people were saying that in the office that day too. And I was, joking around, making jokes saying, oh, it's because I didn't sleep, I'm just delirious. But, it hasn't stopped. People keep saying, in my apartment, like neighbors who don't know and concierge and my parents saw such a drastic improvement that, my family members have other illnesses that aren't related to what I have. And they've started to go in a test. They took it yesterday and my dad is going to be taking it next week. And I just want to thank you so much for, providing this treatment and also providing that chart because it isn't linear. There are days I don't feel well. And, it does feel like I'm back to square one with, all the symptoms kind of mentioned prior. But I do have much more mental clarity. Like if this is how good it's going to get, that's fine by me. And this isn't, I'm not at a great level, but it's such a difference, if that makes any sense. So, but I do, again, it's not linear. I'm ready for a second dose. Like, and I wasn't expecting it to, cure me right away, but I also wasn't expecting everything that it's done. And
you know what you should do is I remember you vividly. I was hoping you would join the call because, and I was hoping this would do this to you, but what should you need to hold on to all these little wins that you're seeing and all these little wins that everybody else is seeing. That is the evidence, that is the proof positive that this is working. You can't measure it. You can't in a blood sample, but you don't need to.
I know, exactly.
Right.
And I haven't been journaling as much, but I will. I've been reading something that, you've shared, and I told my mom today, and this is, again, before even hearing you say any of these things or, hear, like, I just looked at her. I was like, how are you feeling? She's like, not different. But we were talking about things and she was talking about it in such a different way. I'm like, Mom, you are acting so different. You were just acting different. I know you. Something's happening here. And she just smiled, like she couldn't not say anything. And exactly, it's kind of an indescribable thing. And I really thank you. And I really, really, thank Dr. Bloom for, the prep work. He got me to True Dose, and then taking True Dose, I was at the, just to share with everyone, I was like, whatever, I'll try everything. I'm going to try everything. It's fine. Whatever. As long as it's not going to severely harm me, I'm going to try it. But with kind of a despair outlook. And it's just done so much more. And it's keeping that mindset of, yeah, I'm having pain. I'm having times where my mental clarity isn't, great again, but it's still so much better. And I'm looking at those little wins, and
there you go.
Even if it's a rough day, and Dr. Bloom has seen me come in, rushing in, crying, scared, but I come out and it's a win. And, he's told me my aura looks good again.
Well, I want to tell Elena to text you, because you said some key word, or in the chat, because you said some key things about how it's healing you and what it's revealing. I think I was telling you without telling you this, because you don't know what people know. But the point is that this is healing you on a level that's way beyond the physical health and the emotional health. And I know that my point is that I don't know if you need ozone and all and you're not killing stuff. I think there's something deeper related that needs to be healed. I'll let Elena kind of text you maybe, because
I would love that. Yeah.
Just in the chat.
I always, when I started this, I used to say this happy came over me. And then as I started getting better, and, most of I found this, 2.5 years ago, and I was dying. But it's like your body recognizes hope for the first time. And there is something that is very emotional. It's very spiritual, something that just resonates in a way that you almost can't describe it. And it really is hope for the first time. For me, it was in decades, and decades later, that I was able to find that. And even I always say my best day sick was never anything like my worst day going through a Herx and the healing with this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To a T.
Yeah.
To a T. And exactly to a T. So it's indescribable, and I don't know how it's working though. I mean, it just is. I now know why it is, but it's...
And you almost don't even need to know at some point. You just have to let it be. And you just have to trust in the process, because on those bad days when you're, my second treatment, I took an 8-week nap, and I thought, oh no, but I had made that commitment to myself beforehand. Because this was my last shot. I had written my kids letters. I was done, but they told me, listen, you are so sick. You're going to count on 7 or 8 of those. And I didn't do the math because my brain wasn't working oh my God, that would take a couple years. But I was like, okay, so, the first one was great. The second one, not so well, but the third one was amazing. And 6 months later, I was working full time, and I had been in bed for 4 years. So, The body is so amazing when you give it what it needs, and it doesn't know what is wrong with us. It just knows metabolically it's not working right. So, for all of those people who are thinking, oh, this isn't really working, you really need the multiple treatments. And I don't say that to sell something. I say that just simply because it's how the body heals. Right. It's that hope. It's just when your body gets that hope, it's just, it's amazing.
Right. And I guess why my voice is so recognizable is because I came in guns a-blazing, this is how I am. Don't make me worse. Anger, crying, saying if this is, just to get money, that's fine. I'll give it to you, but don't cause permanent damage. And then just despair. And then once I felt it, I, leaned in, and you have to know and believe just those small wins. You have to know those are wins. They're real. It's happening. And so I'm ready for, if I have to take an 8-week nap, okay, good, because it is, it's changing. It's changed my life in so many ways. And I'm
so happy you share that. And I'm so happy that it's doing this for you. So I know where this goes. I know where this leads. Just know that, again, I'm sure Elena's going to direct message you some of the things that you probably be some good things to work on or to do.
Yeah.
T-shirts in the mail. So.
Okay. Yeah. I would love.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, I'll get you a T-shirt.
Me and Dr. Bloom. I mean, and this is to tell everyone, I've had bad days. I've come into Dr. Bloom's office crying in pain. This isn't to say it's been all roses and daisies, but it's been everything. But that's the point of chronic illness, and that's the point of treatment. It's going to take time, and I'm not going to, I think in one of the videos, also why I feel like my voice is important is I wasn't going to lie and say, oh, this works if it's not working, and it works. So I'll buy a t-shirt. I'll just wear the logo. I'll steal it from your website. But yeah, thank you. So I want to share that with everyone. Yeah.
UTB. I won't say your name.